Okay, we can freely to start, because then we'll cut, you know, if something wrong. Okay. Good afternoon, our subscribers. It's our first meeting, kind of international meeting between Russia and one of fabulous African country. And I would like to represent our guest, Benito Angefu, owner of poultry farms in Ethiopia. And okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hello. And my first question, because it's our very first meeting, and I hope we will have more such kind of stuff to discuss various topics in poultry, in society, in agriculture, and so on. And of course, my first question about your country, because quite, as I said, fabulous, with special history, special nature, because in all times it was covered by huge number of forests. Now it's less, but still special climates, because it's hot, but not so hot like most African country, because it's kind of mountains also. And first of all, I would like that our guest describe your country, about your what are you famous for, like your expert, about your agriculture, of course, and livestock and poultry specifically.
Okay. My name is Benito Angefu. I'm the owner of South Africa Poultry Farm. And thank you for this meeting, Eugene. So our country, Ethiopia, is famous for coffee production and coffee export. We are also famous for flour production, animals. We have a large amount of cattle, large amount of chickens. So it is very growing country. So we are also famous in running. We have won most of the marathons. So we are famous for this kind of things. We are famous also not colonized by Italians. This is the other part of our famous histories. This is Ethiopia in our famous parts.
Okay. As you mentioned about that, you have a lot of coffee production, and my question is, do you have some additional stuff from the production to feed the animals, or same like in India they use some kind of rice after human production also to feed the chicken, for example, or you have something else, some cereal cultures in your country, maybe some local ones.
Okay. Yes, we have some different cultural things. We have different food stuffs. So some of the different things we are known for is or the things that only found in our country is, for example, is injera. So we are famous for injera, and it is now spreading in all over the world because I think it is very good source of protein. So we get this injera from the grain called teff. So we are using this teff and producing this injera, and we are famous for this injera. This injera is like flat bread. It looks like that, and we are famous by this around the world, and we have this special food we have in our country.
Okay. We already mentioned about that you have a lot of cattle, a lot of goats, but our business is poultry. What about place of poultry business in your country? And then also, do you have some division of like broilers breeds and the layers breeds, or some local or international companies enter to your market? What's going on in just basically in your poultry segment?
Okay. From Ethiopian population, around 18% of people are still living in rural areas. So most of the cattle, the chickens, or most of the livestock we have, most of the farming system we are using is still traditional and not really modernized. So if we talk about some animals like chickens or something, it is traditional. Almost we have around only 3% or 2% of commercial farming here in Ethiopia. Around 95% of chicken farming is local breeds, and it is done by rural population. It is not that much. So because of this, we don't have that much modernized and commercialized system of farming, but we have a large amount of local breeds. We have a large amount of cattle. We don't using them regularly. Just the things that are mentioned before for all grain, flowers, and some coffee. Without that, the most things are already traditional, and most of the things are local breeds. So this is the overview of our agricultural system.
As I understand, you're dealing with layers, and then like sell eggs to some customers. Is it correct?
Yes, we are selling, we are producing our eggs for consumption purpose because we have low consumers have the low access for fresh eggs per day because as I told you before, we have local breeds. These local breeds egg performance is very low. So when the farmers from rural areas collecting these eggs and preserving for market, and they are coming for market, the most of the eggs are rotten. They are not usable. So this is, I think this is because of these reasons, because of this problem, we have a very wide and open market for commercial farming, for consumption egg production. We have a big market. So I am producing eggs for consumption reason, but I have a plan also to start the fertilized eggs production and to use incubators and to start breeding chickens.
And your chicken houses, how they looks like, especially with your hot climate conditions, and the system on site with electricity supply, water supply, and other stuff.
Okay, our chicken houses are most of Ethiopia, and we have little part of Ethiopia that are most probably being cold throughout the year. But for most of the Ethiopian countries and African countries, we have hot seasons almost all over the year. So we are using the types of homes that are very open and ventilated because if it's hot, our chickens may get very hot and being stressed. So to minimize that problem, we use almost very big houses and open and ventilated houses. We have waters, we have clean water resources around. If we are working in city, we don't have the problem of water, the problem of electricity. We have electricity, waters, so we can use this, and we are working like that. So our housing system and these things are looks like this.
And as we already talking previously, what about your diets? Some specialty for feeds. Do you get your own material or have to buy some grains? Anyway, how you feed your layers chicken?
Okay, we are feeding our chickens from producers of commercial chicken feed producers. We have big companies here in Ethiopia that are producing chickens, also not chickens. They are producing the commercial feed for our chickens. So we are just buying the food, the feed for our chickens, and we have layers feed, we have pullet feed, we have chicken feed. So just we are using the stage and we are feeding them. That just buying this feed from these commercial companies. So we can prepare our feed production, but for small scale enterprises like our farms, it is not enough. For now, it's not good. But as our farms grow, we can prepare our feed feed for chickens. But for now, we are using commercially produced feeds from companies.
What about additional source of protein? It's your so-called life hack.
Okay. Additionally, we are using like for broilers meat production, for chicken, for chicks, for day-old chickens production. We are using this larva. This larva is not very popular in some other countries, but it is now gaining very popular attention from some farmers because the feed problem is becoming very, very problematic because we have a shortage of soya meal, we have shortage of fish meal. So to maximize and to cut the expensive commercial feed problem in our chicken farming, we are using insect production, insect farming. This insect farming is called black soldier fly farming. This is the insect You can make the research on YouTube and Google, because they are very good source of fat. They are very good source of protein. They sorry.
Okay.
Have around 45% protein. They have around 10% of fat. They are very rich in amino acid or some others resources that chickens that is very beneficial for chickens. So we are using this. We are producing these larvae using this insect, and we are feeding these larvae the chickens manure. We are recycling chickens manure. We are using organic wastes like chicken waste, waste from kitchen, waste from restaurants, waste, some organic waste. So we are feeding this waste to our larvae, and this larvae eating and decomposing these wastes, and they are growing every day. So after these larvae grow until 10 days or 40 days, we are feeding them to our chickens. By making these larvae dry, we can make it dry, we can fresh them, and we can use the oil that are coming out of this larva to mix with maize bran or wheat bran, and we are giving to our chickens. It's have very good performance in our chickens. So this is the way we are facing our feed problem, expensive feed problem. So this is the method.
It seems to me it's like a double effect, because it's obvious thing that chicken waste is so strong, so concentrated, it's impossible to use it immediately to the field. You need to compose them, and when you grow your larvas, during this time you have all the stuff prepared for field. You know what I mean? That you use it twice. First time to grow larvas, and second time like fertilizer to the field. It's like I called it the double advantage. Okay, I guess maybe we have idea to record some video, because insect feed, all this topic becoming more and more popular in many countries, and even I know that serious business plans and so on government level say like that. Okay, and like last one, you mentioned some. What about juridical form? I mean, do you have mainly like only like farmers with with the juridical form, or there is some few big companies that own some stuff in your direction, for example, like breedery center or some feeding, I mean, milling factories. How the whole structure looks like?
On what? On meat production, beef
No,
production?
I mean in poultry and agriculture production. For example, in case of farming, you have mostly farmers. In case of feed production, there are some huge holdings, some huge company that produce a commercial food. In case of breedery point, you got only some like some big companies, or how it looks like.
Okay. We have growing sectors in this poultry farming. There are farmers of broiler chickens, but we don't have as much as big farms. So there are. I think it is not just to export. We don't exporting companies that are exporting meat production for chickens. We are exporting them. We are exporting from outside the country. I don't know, like from China, we are importing. We are importing some chicken meats. So the production of the meat in our country is not enough for the demand we have in the country. So if we have that much of meat producer farmers in Ethiopia, we don't have to import this from China or some other countries. So it's very now it's going, but until this time, I have some information on that area. We are importing some chicken meat for hotels and something. So it is not that much big industry.
Okay, that's why it's other things that I can wish you that that your business will expand, and growing, and not only egg production, but some other direction also, maybe chicken meat, specialty and so on. I mean, it was very interesting meeting, and now like first one, and I hope we will have more, and we'll discuss some specific topics in details in future meetings.
Okay.
So thank you very much for your coming by internet, but it's not so easy, but we did it. I mean, we provide our first meeting and discuss our matter more like first brief information about country, about what's going on in poultry production. Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks so much.
Thanks much.
Thank you. Okay.